found something. Buenos Aires International Airport this morning. Now watch this.
Heralds.
Trail ends at the airport, but turns out that a top Providence operative owns a vineyard in the area. Don Yates, of infamous New York law firm Morgan, Yates & Cohn. And get this, is hosting his retirement party today.
She's infiltrated them. She's sending a message. She needs my help.
Could have fooled me.
You don't know her.
Anyway, if you're going after her, you'll need to deal with the Herald. Her name's Tamara Vidal, former CIA asset and political firebrand. She's a master of surveillance and the Constant's most trusted aide. She'll have eyes everywhere. You won't get far as long as she's in the game.
Why are you telling me this? I thought you were out.
Yeah. Old habits, I guess. Anyway, I need to go. See you around, 47.
No, you won't.
Because you're not an idiot. Let's just humor him. Yates likes his little games.
And South Argentina, South America, place where Nazis went, and this place was probably some sort of manor of former Nazi criminal, and most likely home of some sort of new fancy criminal who just is not as overt.
You got my message.
You'd never get caught on camera. Not unless you wanted to be seen. So what's the play?
You're not the only one who's been busy, 47. I'm this close to becoming the next Constant. I'll be able to dismantle Providence from the inside. Only one man stands in my way. Don Yates. That weasel was the partner's legal counsel for years. He's the top candidate. But remove him from the playing field.
It won't work. If Edward suspects...
I will convince him you acted alone. Retaliation for Grey. Trust me, I know what I'm doing.
The Herald, Tamara Vidal. She has eyes everywhere, and they're all fixed on you. The plan won't work unless we take her out.
She never leaves my side for long. Whatever your plan is, I'll help you if I can.
You're sure about this?
As sure as I'll ever be. Here, I got you an invitation, just like old times. Come find me when it's done. Good luck, 47.
And here it is. Agent 47. There's 2 targets, and it feels like this Hitman game is much more based on level gimmicks within levels, because there's been level with a lots of targets that you can choose from, which was the Berlin, and now it's this one where you could say the mission control is with you, and of course the murder mystery gimmick.
New York-based law firm. Cut, Neil. Jeez, can you believe these people?
Let's just make myself let's give them some sort of visual evidence of man being here, just out of spite, to make sure that how can this guy would just walk straight in front of camera, and was quite noticeable doing that.
Enjoy the party.
Could be so invisible, but yeah. And of course, when you look about the Providence secret society of rich idiots or rich assholes wanting to remain rich assholes, and are quite subtle about being rich assholes, and then they had partners who were the original rich assholes who wanted it to be like that, and beneath them is a constant, the man in practical charge of things, and beneath that is heralds who just, well, they do all the necessary grunt work. And Arthur Edwards, the former constant, just took over from the partners, and of course 47 has been very busy at wiping out partners. So although Edwards, you could say in Hitman verse, has this moment very much power, but you could still see that he's not that much, you could say, really impressive person. He's very dull appearing person himself. But I have a mission story, the tour. I would have to be either mercenary or winemaker. So let's just try to be the winemaker.
Sorry.
Mr.
Yates, what can I do for you? A tour of the facility? At this hour? I didn't know we had investors come in. A private tour. Mr. Yates, with all due respect, we are about to harvest the Malbec. I hardly think this is the best use of my time. Fine, if you say so. Who is the audience? Diana Burnwood and Tamara Vidal? The politician Tamara Vidal? Okay. And the last one? Corporal Black? Is he your fixer? The scary one? Okay. I'll clear my schedule. Right. Thank you, Mr. Yates. Enjoy the... Why does he want me to play tour guide to his socialite friends? It's our best day.
He probably just wants to show off, Patron. I know I would.
Well, the employee seems to have common sense about things, which is to say, somebody might want to show off, and there's two options. Of course, I could be the I could just take the position of Corporal Black, man with a very scary name, and who is very scary. Or I could also take the job of the winemaker. And I think I'm gonna take the position of the winemaker. Oh damn, not like this, because there's a couple of mercenaries stopping there. But just to make things, getting the disguise of the main winemaker, let's make use of these. Yeah, they can know. They can be it can be explained that he was there slaving on the job.
What? What is it now? What?
You have some guests waiting. Senor Yates wanted you to give them grand tour. Remember?
I don't have more important things to do than babysit Yates' socialite friends. It's only harvest season.
Better do what he says, Patron. Big shot New York lawyer like that. You don't want to get on the bad side.
Yeah, he can arrange lots of trouble.
Don't go anywhere until I have decided if the crop is right for me. Bring me the 3 Malbec grapes to taste. If Yates doesn't like how I prioritize, he can weigh me down with concrete and toss me off a bridge. How's that?
He most likely does that.
I'll get my picking knife. Oh man, come on. I left it right here.
Oh yes, you did. But I took you down. And I was stealing your key.
Okay.
Come here, Mr. Winemaker, fancy man.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Señor,
Knock him out. Steal his clothes with very extreme speed. And run off. Not the most subtle method of doing things, but it should work enough. Oh, there we are. I'm certain that Diana can see right through this disguise. But she doesn't yet.
Welcome to Vignetta Yates. I'm Gabriel Vargas, chief winemaker, and I will be your tour guide. Any questions before we start?
Yes, but they're all above your pay grade.
We're good. Lead the way, Senor Vargas.
Follow me.
Uh-huh. No, this is, I think they is something like a, you could say,
First stop on the tour is the production floor, where our prize-winning Malbec grapes are processed. Our equipment is state-of-the-art, including a drag-in freezer unit. And last but not least, our grape crusher, industrial size for your disposal purposes.
Interesting.
Follow me, please.
Oh yes, 47 with his extremely dry statement of things. He can be quite humorous. Actually no. Yeah, that's a big crushing machine.
This is our grape crusher. The destemmed grapes are crushed into a thick pulp by a powerful rotating cylinder, making each grape quite impossible to ID.
Have you had any workplace accidents?
No. Fall into the vat and get crushed to a pulp. You'd have to be a bona fide idiot. A waste of space if you ask me.
Follow me, please.
Oh yeah. That would be a... Oh yeah. There's 2 fermentation rooms. So I think I'm gonna go to the closer ones. And of course there was an opportunity for you to go and shove Tamara Vidal into that meshing machine. And let's just steal a bottle of wine.
This is an industrial cold storage unit, useful for preventing cellular decomposition. It easily reaches temperatures of minus 10 degrees Celsius. Trust me, you don't want to stay inside for long.
No kidding. Hey, there's no... Wait. Excuse me. I think you dropped this.
Oh yeah, and it's a safety hazard as well, because hey, somebody could be locked inside and get killed. Are they coming in? Or did it glitch? No, it did not glitch. Good thing. And if I had a screwdriver, I could have just easily locked the door and got rid of those 2. Oh, there's lots of wines. Well, here's another room. And it's real nice to notice that 47 places lots of...
Next on our tour is the fermentation atrium. In these spacious tanks, which could easily be able to contain a couple of hundred human bodies, the sugars in the wine are converted to alcohol. This is also where we squeeze the must into a fine juice using our grape presser.
Fascinating.
Come along.
Oh yes, 47 being his very dry, you could say almost laconic self. And the barrel. So let's just be up here also as well. That thing is also quite much of fermentation tank and a wrench.
Our large fermentation tanks are constructed from solid French oak, and each contain up to 500 gallons of grape must. You don't want to fall in, but if you do, at least you'll die happy.
Well, looks like an accident waiting to happen.
Occupational hazard. Hey, Burnwood?
Yeah, Tamara has tattoo on her legs. I don't know what kind of image thing she has, but of course, I mean, it's a matter of the woe providence system that Diana seems to dislike intensely. Those kind of covert authorities, which don't, well, even though she herself is covered.
Final stop, the barrel room. Nothing dramatic, just wine biding its time. The vault next door contains our most precious bottles, but the access doors are made from ballistic glass and can only be unlocked from the security room high above our heads. So, unless you're the Sparrow, don't get any ideas.
Remarkable.
Oh yeah, and this.
Here comes Mr. Yates now. Perfect timing.
Ah, Miss Burnwood, is it not? Don Yates. Pleased to meet you. You come very highly recommended. As Chief of the Heralds, let me be the first to say welcome aboard.
Why, thank you, Mr. Yates. Rest assured that I will be following your every lead. Very closely.
Say, that reminds me. We're about to have a little Herald get-together up at the house. Just a modest toast to celebrate my forthcoming inauguration as constant. You are, of course, most welcome to join us. I believe you shall make a fine herald, once the trading wheels are off.
I wouldn't miss it for the world.
Capital. Right this way, into the lion's den. Oh, almost forgot. Cortazar, please nip down to the wine cellar and tell Mr. Flowers, the sommelier, to prep the 1945 Grand Paladin and bring it up to the house for our special occasion.
Got it, Chief.
And now it looks like there's a new story mission going on.
Flowers. Mr. Yates wants the 1945 Grand Paladin brought up to the house. Special occasion.
What? Did aliens land on the front lawn? Have the ghosts of Jesus, John Lennon, and Eva Perón unexpectedly come for dinner? Help me out here. What could possibly be so special?
Above your clearance, Flowers. Just fetch it already.
A meeting in the root cellar. And judging from Yates's choice of wine, some type of celebration.
I know.
All right.
What's the passcode again?
Last year of World War II. You have to look it up.
So there's a need for a big and fancy bottle of wine, or actually not so much big bottle of wine, but very, very, very fancy bottle of wine.
In the barrel room is all control.
1945 Grand Paladin. I'm quite certain that it's completely fictional brand of wine, but still extremely valuable wine in about class of that rare that only few bottles of it exist in the world. Oh yeah, tinker that open.
It's just the 1945 Grand Paladin. It is perfection, irreplaceable. You don't drink the 1945 Grand Paladin any more than you would write a shopping list on the Mona Lisa. Men like Don Yates know the price of everything, but the value of nothing.
I am sorry, Patron. Say, what if we exchange the label? Say what?
Oh yeah, what the experts are very unwilling to actually stash serve that finest wine known to man. Or not, maybe not finest, but certainly one of the rarest. So of course now I must become the wine expert sommelier. And the password was of course passcode is of course 1945, last year of Second World War. And of course 47's knack for disguising himself is of course made much more visible. Oh bugger, camera. Well, no matter, no big deal.
Hey, Flower, over here. Come on, while we're young.
Sir, I present to you the 1945 Grand Paladin.
Huh. Somehow I thought it'd be bigger. Come on, Flowers. Guests are waiting.
He's got a followers is quite fancy name.
Go on, get yourself patted down. We're still on alert from all those big shot CEOs getting off.
And I have nothing of suspicious.
If you wanna come through, I'm gonna need to pat you down.
Except, well, crowbar, wrench, screwdrivers.
Move. If I find something, I'm gonna crucify you. Okay, man. Vamos.
So here's the deal, Flowers. The boss is having a powwow with some employees, and discretion is the name of the game. I'm sure you figured that out already, you being a scholar and all. Don't discuss, disclose, or hell, even contemplate what goes down. Just set your mind to wool-gathering mode. You think you can do that for me, Flowers?
Worry not, Mr. Cortazar. I'm the very soul of discretion.
Good man.
Humorous. And he's got also quite good. Yeah, don't pay attention to all the scheming happening around. You already hear quite much.
Go on, place the wine on the table. I'll pour it.
Decant.
Pardon me.
I have always considered
Majesty.
the heralds the unspoken heroes of Providence. The nervous system, effectively and reliably. Ah, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Flowers, our resident sommelier.
Hey,
I believe he has
wrong
brought
with
us
that
something
place?
quite
The
special.
bottle.
Perhaps you will educate us, Mr. Flowers.
Let us present it, place it, and present it.
This is the 1945 Grand Paladin. One of only 5 bottles in existence. The vintage is legendary. The proverbial unicorn wine. The year was hot. The wine's super concentrated, and thanks to hail and frost, the production was small. Only 300 bottles were ever produced. And when the vineyard was bombed during the closing days of World War II, only a single crate survived. It is said to have amazingly complex aromas with long, savory layers of fruit and spice flavors, and a silky texture. Enjoy.
Wonderful. Thank you, Mr. Flowers. Feel free to stick around in case our guests have questions. This wine was gifted to me by the Art Society in acknowledgement of my firm's legal services. It stands as a powerful reminder that Providence draws its strength not from force, but from partnership. We are but a few, and yet together we are unstoppable because we stand united. friends, loyalty is everything. Which is why we cannot allow traitors into our ranks.
Ah, yes. Here it comes.
This woman has waged bloody war on us. More than a dozen heralds and operatives dead. Your colleagues and clients, my friend, Ken Morgan. Not to mention the partners themselves, our founders, our benefactors. Make no mistake, this woman's hands are soaked in blood. Our blood. And Arthur Edwards, the new supreme head of Providence, is handing her the keys to the kingdom.
So he's planning a coup.
Does that seem right to you, my friends? Does that sound like loyalty?
Absolutely.
Perhaps Edwards simply recognizes talent when he sees it. Perhaps this is why I am also in the running to become constant. And following this childish outburst, I dare say I am in the lead. Dawn.
What the hell?
You're lying, of course. Which only proves my point. You cannot be trusted, Miss Burnwood. This woman will be our downfall. That is, unless we take matters into our own hands. You are heralds, sworn to protect Providence against all threats, including inside ones. I have devised a plan. Together we can make it work, but you have to decide now, my friends. Are you with me?
Yes. Yes. I agree.
Yes.
So he's planning a coup of his own.
Listen to yourselves. Don Yates is not even appointed constant yet. And already he conspires to betray his master. I don't pretend to understand Edward's every move, but I do know that this man is an opportunist and unworthy of office.
Then you are a traitor to the heralds. The room is against you, Tamara. Stand down now or share her fate.
Edwards will hear about this.
I think not. I am sorry, but you brought this on yourself. Mr. Cortazar?
All right.
Escort Miss Burnwood to my office. I'll join you shortly.
Oh, that's nasty.
Let's go.
So, I guess it's time to
I'm warning you, Yates.
start.
This will not go your way.
Oh yeah. Got one target.
We need to get our story straight. Diana Burnwood died today by the hand of her rogue agent, Tamara Vidal, who saw through the assassin's disguise,
Remember,
was,
Flowers,
alas,
You
killed
never
as
saw
well.
a thing.
This
Not a damn thing.
All right. I have to get to her. But how I do it? Well, I have to make myself into a
toast then.
gun for hire.
Savor the taste because you never will again. And let me we are in this together. One goes
So let's
down,
make
we all
some noise around here.
Here's to loyalty.
That guy has loyalty of a snake. An honor of a
Hola, ¿quién anda ahí? Dígame, ¿qué pasa? ¿Qué está pasando? What's going on here? Come on, tell me.
he didn't even know what happened.
I salute you.
We have a situation. Some kind of disturbance.
Okay, calm down.
What's going on? Yeah, tell me. Hey,
Don Yates. Man who appears about as sleazy and greasy as anybody can be. But crowbar to the skull is, I'd say, quite potent acknowledger of yeah, they are all elites and all trustworthy elites of but my basic method is quite good because they are quite isolated. And I don't think anybody outside isn't a set of hearing what happens inside. Woohoo!
Man, I've heard something weird. I'm gonna go check it.
I think you also saw something weird of. Come on, come down.
What was that? Hello?
There's one more. I say this is very well scripted sequence in that it's very intense in mood. How many guys in here?
Took you long enough. Quick, clear the floor and get yourself a guard outfit. Yates won't be long.
That guy's out. One of them is already taken out. Let's put him to the box. And that was quite in a sense quite nice statement from Diana that took you long enough. I don't think he's about to go to the balcony yet, so let's just ditch him there.
Good. I was beginning to worry.
Were you?
No. Listen up, 47. Yates will be here shortly. He'll have his thug courtesan do his dirty work, but he won't pass up on the chance for a good gloat and a monologue.
So, private space? Kill room decor?
Exactly. We won't get another shot at this. Now sit down and blend in. When I provide a distraction, you just be ready to move.
There is he coming.
Corvo, pick up your damn phone. Plan B is a go. I repeat, Plan B is a go.
Start prepping a crime scene, like we discussed. Remote, staged accident. Oh, and Corvo, make it for two. Just improvise. Miss Burnwood.
You rolled out the red carpet just for me. Dawn, you shouldn't have.
So confident, even in defeat. I suppose you're not used to danger, always safe behind your screens. Just tell me one thing before we part ways.
Why me?
Why you? Why would Edwards trust you? Please. It will keep me awake at nights, and I'm 65. I get up 4 times to piss as it is.
Oh, it's simple, really. Edwards is proud. He considers himself the cleverest man alive, and yet we tricked him on Isle of Scale, and it's eating him up. He needs to win. Full, unequivocal victory. My recruitment was just the feather in his cap. By the way, you were right about one thing.
Yeah? I'm all ears.
Oh shit!
Turns out this one. If it's any consolation, Don,
What are you
your
doing, you
instincts were dead
asshole?
on.
Don't just
I
stand there!
will be conscious.
Shoot her!
And I will make it my mission to tear down Providence brick by brick. Finish it.
Such a good boy.
Oh, 47. That guy had it coming. He should have stabbed him to the throat. And
Well
put
done,
let's put him
Get
to the
rid of
box.
Won't be long before they come looking. When you're done, meet me on the dock. Oh, and dress appropriately.
And the fact that 47 decided to made use of I would say when Diana stabbed Yates, it really showed that she is very strong. She is strong woman. Not a fancy person, just extremely effective. Leave the gun. Yep. John Yates was dead with very dramatic fashion. Stabbed to death. Of course now I could not just drive away, but it would be rude for gentlemen to leave a lady waiting, especially someone as classy as Diana Burnwood is. And I don't think Lady 47 is a person who likes to leave somebody who might even be considered a friend to him, just waiting for nothing. And Edwards, well, his time is also approaching quite fast. And yeah, Don Mendoza Yates. Oh, Don Yates. Man about as greedy, disgusting and corrupt as anybody can be. Was killed. It was not the most subtle, but it certainly was very dramatic. So this feels that it was made very, you could say, dramatic. And it's a dance floor.
Hello.
47.
Time to dance tango. It's almost romantic now.
It's done. Now what?
Now, we strike at the heart.
Edwards. You know how to find him, don't you?
Why, Edwards finds you, 47. He is untraceable, and he never lets you forget it. He is cocky, and that will be his downfall.
But there
What's
is...
the plan?
Too many
He
eyes.
does have...
Meet me at the Olive Grove at sunset. One last tango, 47.
But you can see that there is a little bit of distance, that he's keeping his hands quite far. But it still was nice.